Why do we celebrate Black History? Many people ask, why do we celebrate Black History? Well, Black History Month began because schools did not include any of the achievements of African Americans in history books. A man named Carter G. Woodson came up with the idea and started Black History Month so that African Americans could celebrate their heroes. Did you know that one of the first 3 Americans published was a black woman named Phyllis Wheatley? Phyllis was a slave, but she was a genius. She learned English in a few months after she was brought to America at 7 years old. She also learned several other languages and wrote beautiful poetry. Her owners could not believe that an African could speak and write so well and decided to publish her book of poetry in 1794.
The first man that died in the Revolutionary War is thought to be a man named Crippus Attucks. He was killed by the British in the Boston Massacre. Many other black men fought with the Patriots too. In fact, blacks have fought bravely in every American war.
Black Americans have led in science, medicine, politics, education, entertainment, and sports. Garrett Morgan invented the traffic light and the gas mask. Louis Latimer invented the carbon light bulb that we use today. Granville T. Woods invented the automatic brakes used on trains and an electric car engine. Elijah McCoy invented an oiling machine used to oil trains and machines. Dr. Daniel Hale Williams performed the first open heart surgery. Bessie Coleman was the first black woman to become a pilot.
Frederick McKinley Jones invented the refrigeration used for trucks and trains. Dr. Charles Drew invented a way to separate plasma from blood and store it. That was the beginning of blood banks. Henry T. Sampson created technology used in cell phones we use today. Madam C.J. Walker invented her own hair products and became the first woman millionaire in the United States. Patricia Bath invented laser surgery for cataracts. Marie Brown invented the home security system. Barack Obama became the first black president of the United States and served 2 terms. Hakeem Jeffries is the first black minority leader in the U.S. Senate.
Mary Jackson, Katherine Johnson, and Dorothy Vaughan helped astronaut John Glenn to orbit the Earth and safely return. Lloyd Austin is the first African American Secretary of Defense. Althea Gibson, Arthur Ashe, and Serena and Venus Williams were champions in tennis. Tiger Woods became a golf champion. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and many others dominated in professional basketball. Moses Fleetwood Walker was the first African American man to play professional baseball in the United States. 60 years later, Jackie Robinson became the first African American in the modern era to play in a Major League Baseball game.
Hattie McDaniel was the first African American person to win an Academy Award. The cells of Henrietta Lacks, known as HeLa cells, are used in life-saving lab research all around the world. Thurgood Marshall was the first black person to serve as a Supreme Court justice. Martin Luther King Jr. was the most prominent leader in the civil rights movement. African American music is found everywhere, in the United States. African American music donates in opera, Broadway, jazz, folk, and popular music.
We can go on and on, but our time is limited. This shows us why Carter G. Woodson decided to have a Black History Month instead of a day or a week. You can see that Black history is really American history. We are all a part of the American story.